Have you ever wondered how you are able to enjoy the beauty all around you? How these different organs help you and who control these organs? You are able to play in the playground with your friends, you get excited, you are happy, you hug your friends, you enjoy your life with the help of your sense organs. And these sense organs are eyes, nose, ears, skin, yeah, you know their uses also, and tongue. Yes, who control these sense organs? The brain. Good morning, children. Welcome to another science video. Today, we will be exploring the wonderful world of science and we'll be discussing two important topics, that is the reflex action and our sense organs. Now, children, do you know few common stimulus? Now, somebody pricks you with a needle, you remove your hand. Or if a doctor bangs you with a rubber hammer, your leg starts moving on its own. Same way, if you touch a hot object, you tend to remove your hand. Now, these are some common stimulus. Stimulus means the actions, the conditions which allow you to react or which makes you react. Here, the common stimuluses are the heat, the needle, and the rubber hammer. Okay, now your reactions were instant and these stimulus leads to automatic responses of the body. These automatic responses to a particular stimulus are called as reflex actions. These actions happen very, very fast and they are controlled by your spinal cord and your peripheral nervous system, that is your nerves, are involved in it. The nerves take the message to the spinal cord and the spinal cord takes the decision. The brain is not at all involved. Okay, and these actions are very, very fast. Now it detects, the nerves detect what is happening, then it processes and responds. Now spinal cord processes it, brain is not involved. The nerve pathway of a reflex action is called as a reflex arc. You can see in this picture. Now the reflex arc connect the input nerves, that is the sensory nerves, and the output nerves, the motor nerves, and they meet inside the spinal cord. Reflex action happen very fast as they take the shortest route. They don't take lots of time to happen. Yes, the shortest route is the route to the spinal cord. Yes. Now only few neurons, the three type of neurons are involved: sensory, association, and efferent neurons. Now let's talk about our sense organ. First is eye. Why do we have a pair of eyes? Why do we have pair of eyes, children? Yeah, we see the world with our eyes. Now let's talk about structure of eye. The first part is your eyelids. These eyelids are flap-like structures and they cover your eyes. When you sleep, they do not allow the light to enter your eyes. Okay, so they are very, very helpful. Next, you have these eyelashes. They are present in the eyes to protect your eyes from the dirt. Yeah. When you are very, very tired, you press your eyelids and eyelashes. Next is pupil. We came to the inside part. This pupil is a black hole-like opening present at the center of the iris, and light enters the eyes from the pupil. Now we have discussed that when the light will be less, the pupil will expand. When it is more, the pupil will shrink. Next part is iris. See the beautiful brown colored part in the eye. That is the iris. Different colors are because of the color of the iris. Next we have cornea. Cornea is a thin transparent layer that covers the front of the eye. Okay, so first layer is cornea, the transparent layer. After that comes the iris, and inside the iris we have the pupil. Okay, now then after pupil we have a lens. Lens will help you to locate or focus the light. It focuses the light. See, it is focusing the light on the retina. On the retina the image is formed, the upside down image. Okay, retina is the lining present behind the eyes where the light falls and image is formed. Then the optic nerve, they carry the message from the retina to the brain. Okay, and the brain then understand what you are seeing. See, on the retina the inverted image is formed, but the brain makes it straight and you see the object properly. Now do you know, children, that we have around 600 muscles in our body, and about 35 to 40% of the body weight is because of these muscles. Okay, so muscles makes an important part of your body. Yeah. Now which are the muscles which we use the most throughout the day? Yes, the eye muscles. The eye muscles are the muscles which are working throughout the day. We tend to see here and there and everything with the help of these eyes. The eye muscles are used around 1 lakh times per day. Now next we come to the journey of sound to the brain. So I believe you know that which organ help you to hear. Have you ever wondered how sounds make their way from the source? Like if the trumpet is playing or something is playing, how the sound goes to the brain. See, like the example, the trumpet for instance, when it is played, it makes sound waves in the air. Okay. Now the outer ear, which is called as pinna, catches the waves which then travels through the narrow passage which is called as the ear canal. Okay, then it will go to the eardrum. The sound waves reaches the eardrum. The eardrum is a membrane-like structure that vibrates on receiving the sound. These vibrations then pass to the middle ear, which is made by 3 tiny bones. These tiny bones are malleus, incus and stapes. Okay, this is the middle ear. These are the 3 bones. These bones amplify or increase the vibration of sound and then send them to the cochlea. Okay. Now the cochlea is shaped like a snail and it is having a very small size, just like a garden pea. And the work of cochlea is it transforms sound into nerve signals. It is filled with a fluid and the sound vibration makes the waves. It creates the waves on it. Yeah, hair-like structures called as stereocilia sit on the top of the hair cells. These are hair cells and are grouped together as hair cells bundle inside the cochlea. These are inside part of the cochlea, children. The hair cells inside the cochlea ride these waves. Now see, they are started moving and the hair bundles are moved. See, the hair bundles are moving. The hair bundles on the top of the hair cell turns these movements into electric signals or ions. Okay. Then the ions, they'll start rushing. These are the neurotransmitters. Okay. They start rushing and they go to the bottom of the hair cell. And this neurotransmitter is released. Okay, the chemical bind to the auditory nerve cells and then they create the electric signals. These are auditory nerve cells. Now these auditory nerves carry the message to the brain. So I believe you might have understood that these are the sensory nerves. Different hair cells respond to different frequencies of sound. The hair cells at the base of the cochlea, they detect higher pitch sounds, high sounds, okay? And like flute. The hair cells toward the top of the spiral detects the low pitch sound, like somebody speaking slowly or trumpet, okay? So low pitch sound will be detected by upper part, and the topmost part, the apex of the spiral, it will detect the lowest pitch sound. When somebody is murmuring at that time, or when a tuba is playing, okay, the auditory nerves carry the electric signals to the brain. Now just like optic nerves, the auditory nerves also take this whole thing to the brain. Now the brain interprets the message as the sound that we recognize and understand. I hope you have understood this. Now let's revise what all we have done in this topic, nervous system. We have done brain, we did spinal cord, we did nerves, then we did reflex action, and we did sense organs. Thanks for watching the video. Take good care of yourself. Bye bye children.